terms on this, but give yourself some free wiggle room, right? And we'll talk about the fundamental side. We're kind of getting into the technical side, but the fundamentals talks about both the spiritual and the mindset applied to the technical and how to live this out, right? How to live on a working budget, right? And what are those goals? You know, we all have to have some type of goals that we're heading towards, right? The thing about a budget sheet is you can put everything on there, right? So there is no emergencies, right? There is no, refrigerator went out and I got to buy a new ice box, right? What do? You don't go put it on a credit card. You have an account with money in it setting in there so you can just go buy cash. Okay? You want to be able to have money set aside for future expenses. Your car will always need an oil change. It's going to always need gas unless it's sitting out there in your parking lot. Your car will always need repairs, tires, upkeep, miscellaneous expenses. Just this past week, my brakes were bad. I had to put new brakes on. So I had money in a savings account here for car repair, right? So you can just go pull money out of that. It didn't take money out of any of these others. The thing about it is when you have a budget here, I have $2,000 a month coming in. If I have $150 left over, I can put that where I need to. But if I don't have a savings account for Christmas, or if I don't have an account for home repairs or auto repairs, you should apply a little bit of that extra to each of those accounts. So let's say, for example, any given year, say, most people drive 15 to 20,000 miles a month or a year. So you could have 3 to 4 oil changes at $30, $35. So let's just call it $120, right? And then miscellaneous, there's probably another $200 of miscellaneous maintenance that you should put back. So $320 a year, and you divide that by 12, that would give you how much you should put back, or divide it by every paycheck, right? So what's cool about this, if you get paid, weekly, you can put like $12 into that account. Or if you get paid monthly, you would just put the full, what's 320 divided by 12? A little less than $30, like $26, okay? You put that in there, right? Weekly, you put it, maybe it's $8, okay? And then bi-weekly, you would put, let's say $12, $13. So you get the point here. When you know how much you think you're going to spend, and that's what's cool about if you went back for the whole year and you pull back all your receipts, and on any given year, you're going to see the whole seasons of life, right? You're going to see the fluctuation in the heat bills. You're going to see the fluctuation in the gas expenditures or the vacations, right? So you want to make sure you have a vacation account. So there's all these categories, but then you need to save, right, for vacations. If you're going to ever do a vacation, you want to save for home repairs or moving expenses if you're renting. You want to save for car expenses. Medical, if you don't have a health savings account or what you're doing for your medical, you want to have that money set aside. So if you have that money set aside, then it's not going to be an issue, right? And then there's definitely an emergency fund, right? I love Dave. He talks about setting up an emergency fund. The first thing you do is you put $1,000 back, okay? Next thing you do is you save up to 6 to 8 months of your living expenses, meaning if it costs you, $2,000 a month to live, then you need to have $12,000 in a savings account there for emergency. An emergency means an emergency, not because you want to go buy a new car because you got $12,000 sitting in a bank account. This is to get you through an emergency. Let's say you got hurt and you couldn't work for 6 months. This will pay for all your living expenses so you don't rack up debt again. So the savings is really important, and you can't figure out how much you got to save until you know where you're at. That's why it's so important to go through each category and understand how much you're spending, and if there's any of these categories that just seem to be unnecessary, right? Is your heart in the right place for these? So as you go through each category, you also want to have the savings account that's correlated, right? You're always going to have home repairs or moving expenses. You're probably going to have upkeep to your home. It doesn't matter if you're renting or not. You're going to be buying stuff for your house. You're going to be fixing it up. So there's always home repairs, especially if you own a home. There's new roofs, there's water heaters, there's plumbing issues, there's all those things that continuously happen, and you want to have money set aside. Same way with car expenses. There's always going to be car expenses. You're always going to have to change the oil. You're always going to have to change, brakes and tires and all those things. So those add up. So have money set aside for that. Unfortunately, there will be future medical bills. You'll get sick. You'll have urgent care. You'll have these things that happen. So having money set back for that. And then just a general emergency fund, right? When all else fails, something happens, and you need to fall back on that $1,000, or if you've got out of debt and you want to put the 6 to 8 months living expenses back, you are set. You are free. And then the goal here, besides just getting on track of all your expenses, the goal here is to start sowing, right? You want to go out and find new ways to sow, okay? And that's the income. So if you're stuck on a fixed income, right, you need to start using any of your talents to go out there and generate some kind of income. There's so many different ways to create income in this world today. The internet has empowered us. If you don't have internet, then that needs to be on the line item here, okay? So you need to put your internet and TV, right? I didn't even put internet and TV on here. I put internet because it's essential, but I don't watch TV. Cable's not a priority to me. I'd rather buy books than watch TV. But you guys get to make that decision. So when we work with people and they say, I need to sell my house fast, or sell my house fast, this is what we give them besides just a top dollar home offer. We show them exactly what their home's worth. We'll give them budget sheets to help them get started. Even if we don't buy their house, right? We can just leave and say, hey, do you have a budget? Do you have a monthly budget? So we can help them in everybody, right? We help everybody. It doesn't matter if we buy their house or not. We want to be able to empower you and set you up for the future. Next, we're going to get into the next step of this series, but today we talked about the spreadsheet, how to build your spreadsheet. I will give you these sample spreadsheets, okay, on the website. You can go to topdollarhomeoffer.com. We Buy Houses Tulsa. If you're saying, I need to sell my house fast, then you come to the right place. You can call us at 918-212-5442 and just ask us any question. It doesn't matter about real estate, maybe it's finances. We're here to help no matter what situation you're facing. So this is a continuation of a series of breaking debt. If you want to watch the other series, they're on our YouTube channel. Subscribe if you're watching, hit the like button. We appreciate it, and we are here to give back. So if there's other topics, feel free to drop them in the line there. The next thing that we're going to talk about is a continuation of this, and we'll shoot another video for you guys to be able to look at it. Again, it's Bucky with Top Dollar Home Offer. We Buy Houses Tulsa. And if you say, I need to sell my house fast, then give us a call.